What up, y'all? Welcome to Double D's Texas Barbecue. I'm here. I'm going to show a brisket how-to video real quick. I might not get too detailed, but I'm just going to show you how I do my brisket. I'm just cooking one today, so we're just going to have fun with it. I'm going to eat it tonight with some tacos. So y'all stay tuned. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Get my fire started, which is the first thing you should probably do to make sure you get them coals ready. And then I'm gonna go trim the brisket. It's gonna be interesting since it's very cold outside, as far as how fast the brisket cooks or how high the temp I might have to use. I'm probably gonna go for, like, to start off with 250, 260 is gonna be my range. It's real cold outside today, and so I'm gonna cook higher than I would normally, but let's go see that brisket. Okay, so this is my fat side of the brisket. I trimmed out just a little bit. I never want to go too deep in. I can cut that out whenever I'm cutting the brisket and when it's done. This is a prime brisket, so I usually have fat right there, and so I just went down and got a good amount. If you can see the shape of it, my goal was to get more of like a aerodynamic, so that air can flow real good. So this is the other side, so y'all can see. A little knick-knack here and there. Other than that, I'm real proud of how it came out. And then this is the other side. I cut good in there, but not too much. And then I got as much as silver skin as I wanted to get out. The rest I left. I'm gonna season this, get this on the pit, and then we're gonna keep this fire steady. All right, see you on a bit. All right, I got my brisket on. I shaped it the way I want to, because that's the way it's gonna cook once it's on. Now I'm just gonna wait about 3 hours before I check on it again and see what it's looking like, spritz it if I need to, and we'll go from there. So I've been maintaining the fire, and just to let y'all know, that's the most important thing about the cook, is maintaining this fire. There's a lot of important things when it comes to cooking brisket, but I would say, like, if you want your food to come out great, I mean, this is one of the most valuable steps, is just maintaining your fire, getting a clean fire. You don't want to see white smoke all the time. Of course, when you put a new split in there, it's going to happen here and there for a little bit, but as long as it's not white smoke for like 3 hours straight. But yeah, making sure you got the right split for your offset is very important. Making sure that here and there, you rake out a little bit of ashes or whatever, but you always want to make sure you keep a good coal bed in there. That's what's going to make the splits catch on fire, keep them hot. And like right now, I'm about to put some more splits in there and rearrange them to make sure that the fire stays efficient. But we'll check out this brisket in about 3 hours, and we'll see where we're at. See if we need to lower the temp or keep it higher. All right. Okay, it's 3 hours in. Let's see how this brisket's looking. All right. It's got a good little even coat all around, and a lot has to do with the way you shape your brisket. I've cooked it where I had like a square, comes out burnt looking, especially right here, but it looks good. All I'm gonna do is spritz the back a little bit, the sides, that corner, on this side over here. And what I'm gonna do on this ridge right there, and that's it. I'm not gonna spritz up here, but what I am gonna do, I'm gonna slow down on the temp. I'll probably cook around 250, 240. Now, anytime you get it curling up, it means you're probably cooking it too hot. But other than that, it's got a good color to it. Energy drink, staying awake. So every cook is going to be different. Every brisket is different. Shoot, the weather is different all the time. In a perfect situation, it'll be hot and dry. But today's very windy. I've been having trouble with my fire a little bit. But it's okay. It only makes you a better pit master. It only makes you a better fire tamer, or however would you like to say it. But the brisket is looking very pretty so far. I'm very pleased. I'm very excited to see the outcome. After the first 3 hours, I let it roll and then cook, and then I spritz the sides and just the corners and the burn end part ridge. I'm gonna, every hour and a half is when I'll spritz it again after that. The first 3 hours, you just let it roll. After that, kind of every hour and a half or so, you want to spritz it or so. If you're cooking a crap load of briskets, you don't want to do that as much, but I'm cooking one, and so I'm going to treat it like my baby. But anyways, so after that, then I'll show y'all when it's a good time to wrap. The normal person is going to tell you around 165, but if you want good bark, most likely you're going to wait a little bit longer till like after the stall if you can. But I'll talk about that more later. Alright, y'all, so we're around the 7th hour mark, or 6th, I forgot. So what this is for is my when the front of my brisket, the flat, got dark enough, I did this to protect it so it doesn't get like burnt or anything. I saw some people do it at they have their own places, and so I thought it was a good idea. Usually, sometimes you can do the back, but the back is looking good so far. It has more fat to protect it. Look at that. You see that? See those juices right there? Whew. Anyways, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the temp, because it's been cooking good, to around 270. Probably so. And then give it another hour. It's around 170. And then wrap it. It should be around 175, 180 by then. What you want to do, see that? Look at that. That's good. So you want the color you want before you wrap it, and you want to make sure you can tell by the fats it start getting yellowish, and that's a good indicator when you want to wrap. So it's in the stall, it's about to be out, but I'm gonna push it a little bit more to get the bark I want, and then wrap it up. All right, as you can see, it's about time to wrap. Plus, it's starting to sprinkle, so I'm gonna get our canopy up and go ahead and wrap it and get this back in. All right, so let's see. Most people do this the other way around, but I'm backwards. Put that in. This. Fat side up again. Put this on the pit with the canopy and let it be about 2 more hours before I check it. All right. So the brisket is done. I basically, I'm gonna transfer it to my home. That's where I'm gonna eat it at. But you know, there's a certain way you can feel on the sides, on the bottom. You can feel a softness to it. But you know, I always have my instant read thermometer. It helps me out. The point is reading like 204. The flat is reading like 208, which is pretty high. I hope it's not overcooked, but we'll see. I'm gonna let it rest for at least 2 hours, and then I'm gonna slice it up, and we'll see how it turns out. Got my son as a cameraman. About to slice this brisket. Show you how I slice it. But this is the end result. You got that, D?
You
get a close up.
Okay.
So people see it.
Right here.
All right. Let me get this out the way. I let it rest for 2 hours in a pan, and I mean, wow, look at that. Look at that. Let me see. Just look at that brisket. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's tender. So that's, here. You got it?
Yeah.
Let's slice it open, alright? So we're going to start with, of course, the flat. I'm going to do the end cut, and then I'm just going to go like that. So,
here's why. I'm going to show you in a second. To me, this is a two-sided
see here.
I just kind of patted it. When I go to pick this up, you're going to see most of the seasoning.
That's the, you can see.
Are just to help your seasoning.
Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to keep it like that. This is going to be a treat for my son. Kind of like burnt ends. Alright, and so I'm going to start slicing.
I'm going a little bit lighter with the holy gospel because I've already got a really good base rub. So this is going to be just a little, sprinkle on the cupcake. And for those of you that ask how much rub, this is kind of liberal, but this brisket's going to cook a long time. It's a big piece of meat. Like I'm going to teach you this. This is what I do. So
I'm listening to don't know if y'all can hear it, but Meat Church.
I've never had somebody say you over-season that. So this is what I think is the perfect time. So I'm patting it since I don't have 30 minutes. By the way, I usually talk about cooking brisket on really good Saturday. All this trim work I just did.
2 hours rest. Remember that resting your brisket is very, very important. And I think sometimes people do not take that seriously. Always make sure this thing is rested properly. I would say a minimum of at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours if you can. I'm going to do one more. Alright. So, now that we got that,
I'm now doing the exact same thing on the backside.
let me let's cut this point in half. This is the money shot.
Our rub is so fresh and bold that I think, normally we season stuff and put it on the
Right there, baby.
It's gonna come off
That Texas brisket. So, you remember that seam fat that we just got a little bit out? That's it right there. So what you do, I'm a lefty. It's right here. We do.
other rub combos. I like the Traeger kind of rub.
Go in like that, take it out. This is all fat. Maybe the top part is savable, I don't know. But the rest of it is all fat. This goes in the trash. But the rest of this brisket, we can save. So whenever you're cooking, when you're cutting the point, what you're going to do, since I had it like that, it was like this. We're going to turn it this way and start slicing. This is going to be thicker than, y'all boy. Then the flat.
Now it's time to talk about cooking this beauty and cooking.
Man, it's hot, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're not actually going to put this in the timberline because we only have 25 minutes. It can't be done in 25 minutes, so I'm going to set it aside.
There you go.
We're going to set this over here.
Got a prettier view. And then let me get a slice of the flat.
So now we're going to talk about how
Right
to
here.
cook it. So if you follow the recipe.
Alright, y'all. So it's a perfect amount
Is it the magic number? Not necessarily.
right here.
I don't care.
And guess what?
Cook it 225,
Just like a baby.
75. When we
Alright, y'all.
started raising
Thanks for tuning in
5 to 350 for the first
over here.
pump those briskets up.
Alright, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I hope y'all have a good one. I'm a grub.
But if you just follow
Till next time.